Hi, it's me again. And welcome to Daydreaming in the Garden. If you're new here, let me explain who I am and what we do. My name is Pork Chop, and here at Daydreaming in the Garden, we cover all things mental health and healing. And for today, I wanted to try something a little different because I ran across a TikTok account that really hit home for me. The name of the account is Doormat Mom. And before we get started, let me just say that when you clicked on this video, it said, why are millennials and Gen Z choosing to go non-contact with their parents? And although I'm not here to judge her story because she doesn't actually tell it, I'm really not even sure if she's doing this for clout to sell this book that she's written or what's really going on. The page isn't really that old. It came out around, her first post was around August 26th of 2024. So the page itself isn't old at all. She's accumulated quite a few followers because I'm sure that there are a lot of parents out there that are, yeah. So, like I'm saying, I'm not coming here to judge her or to like throw dirt on her name. I'm really coming to dissect some of her content to try to give you a feel of why we actually go no contact with you guys. Even if it was the kid's fault, even if you are a doormat mother, your delivery is very fucked up. And I just wanted to bring light to this. I'm not sure how old it is. I ran across it because I seen a YouTuber covering it, and I just decided, and then it ended up popping up on my TikTok, and I was like, oh, this is a sign. So here we are. Let me first start by saying, as someone who has already gone no contact with my birth mother, which I call my incubator, it's been 4 years. I went no contact with my mother because she is a very narcissistic person. She's a very verbally abusive person, and she's very selfish and cares about no one but herself. I may tell the story of why what really the cherry on top of the sundae for me. But for now, let's just say that she genuinely cares about no one but herself and her livelihood, and survival mode is all she knows. And I have come out of survival mode, and although I understand her decisions, I don't have to respect them. And that's my point with this entire video, is that it doesn't matter if you had good parents. If they were bad parents, you should definitely go no contact. But it is a parent's job. I have a daughter, and I feel as though it is my obligation to care for said daughter, to give said daughter nurturing, to give said daughter love, to give said daughter peace of mind. I just feel as though it is an obligation, and you don't owe your parents anything for raising you. You weren't asked to be brought into this world. And I really just don't understand how I gotta pay rent because two people liked each other in the 90s and they don't even talk to each other anymore. And I find it so disturbing sometimes. Like, y'all couldn't. But okay, I just wanted to go ahead and put that spill into there that I am someone who has already gone no contact. I'm actually in the midst of debating on going no contact with my grandmother for similar reasons. And I don't talk to anybody on my mother's side of my family other than like a couple of my cousins. Like, I genuinely have exiled myself from my own family for a lot of different reasons. Come here. I don't know if you're new here, you haven't met Nibblers. This is Sir Nibs, my honey bunny fur babe. And I love him dearly. He is about 4 months. He is a Chihuahua. They told me a teacup Chihuahua, but I don't think I believe them. I think he's a regular size Chihuahua. But he's my baby. And I would love to see pictures of your emotional. Okay. Well, send me pictures of your fur babies. I love to see a cute fur baby family. All right. But anyway, so let's get started on doormat mom, and what her agenda is.
Were you a really good parent who did the best they could, and yet your child has decided to be an ungrateful little bastard as an adult? If that's you, join me here. Follow me on this account and actually join my Facebook group, Doormat Mom No More. There are a lot of really good parents out there who did everything that they could, and yet their kids are ungrateful little bastards. We need to connect here. We need to support each other, and we need to talk about it.
I mean, okay, so let me just say this, because I am anti-villain. Like, I do like to try to play devil's advocate sometimes, and what I can say is that there are a lot of parents who have really horrible kids. Like, there are a lot of really good parents that do have really horrible kids. Like, y'all are pretty bad, right? Like, can we just, like, some of y'all are kind of very ungrateful. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it. I grew up in a strip club. I was 16 years old when I started dancing, and I seen a lot of, like, women tell me straight up, like, they don't even know how they got here because their family's, like, really fucking great, and they just wanted to be the rebel, the black sheep, you know? And I just find that crazy, because for me, being the black sheep was always being the generational curse breaker. It was always being the positive person. So, like, to hear people say that the black sheep on this rebellious journey of rebelling against themselves, I can say that I do feel for her, because if that is the case, then that's really sad. I couldn't imagine doing my all for my daughter, and then she wakes up one day and just decides to be this rebellious person against me for no reason. Like, and I mean, mind you, everybody has a reason. Just like with the super duper rich kids that their parents didn't give them enough time, you know, and like the traumatized people like us look at that and be like, oh, they just didn't give you enough time. Well, my mom called me a bitch my whole life. Like, you know, like, everybody has levels to their trauma, and we can't be the judges of how that affected them, you know? So we have to take into consideration that some people just. Let's look at the next video.
Parents, there is a good enough when it comes to parenting, right? If you've done everything as a good parent to provide, protect, love your child, and that child didn't come out exactly as you had hoped, or they blame you for everything possible under the
See, and that's why a lot of people on TikTok in her comments were trying to figure out exactly what happened to cause the rift, because she's very vague in a lot of things. But to say that they didn't come out as good as you hoped gives this expectation of what they should have been. And I personally am one of those people that I don't have expectations for my daughter. Like, I have a strong principle when it comes to raising kids, that you can do your best, but they're gonna be whoever they want to be, you know? So it's like, you can't be upset that they didn't turn out like you had hoped. Because that's not how humans work. Like, you can have expectations for people, but they are still going to be who they're going to be. And then she said something about being blamed for everything possible under the sun. And I'm kind of just confused on that note, because what are they blaming you for? And she never tells us. Like, you'll see. You'll see. All right.
No contact with adult children? Here are 3 major reasons why that happens from a trauma counselor.
That trauma counselor needs to go back to school, and another school, mind you. Holy moly. Really? Really? Is that what these kids feel is so traumatic in their life?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't really respect people who don't respect people that wrecked up. I mean, mind you, counselors are just that. They're humans. I'm not even sure if counselors go, like, I'm not even sure if they get PhDs. Because to be a psychologist, you have to have a PhD. Other than that, you kind of just a therapist or a counselor. So I'm thinking it's like a bachelor's. The fact that this is my field and I don't know how that works is crazy. I got to do better. But my point is, you're in defense mode. Like, why would you go and stitch that woman and be mad at her for actually things that are scientifically proven when it comes to child and adolescent brain development and behavior? That is my minor. That is my specialty. I plan to work with kids on a psychological level. So it's insane when I see people say that, oh, that happened when you were a kid. That's the point. That's the point. It's called an imprint memory. And it's insane that people think that, like, things that happened to you 20 years ago don't matter. Like, all of it matters. And don't let anyone tell you that it doesn't. It matters. And I think parents that have this type of defense mode, guard up, are usually the problem. But like I said, I cannot judge her. I do not know her. I do not know the story, and I'm not gonna buy the book. But if you want to buy the book is on Amazon. Picture me here, and I can't find the book. I can't find the book, guys. I looked on Amazon. I looked at her links. I can't find the book. I don't want the book. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really didn't want to delve into this a lot. I just wanted to get on here and let y'all know that it is perfectly okay to go no contact with your parents, especially if your parents are mistreating you and have been mistreating you your whole life. That's it. I really don't understand the obligation and entitlement that these parents feel like they have towards us as the kids. Yes, you birthed me. Yes, you have raised me. And I'm an adult now and can make adult decisions and set boundaries of my own, and I have decided that I don't want to deal with you. And hold on, let me.
If you're a loving grandparent and your estranged adult kids refuse to allow you to see your grandkids, whether it be at the holidays or always, then you find out that those kids are going to be in a Christmas concert and you're local, don't not show up. Sit in the back if you have to, but take in the joy that comes from watching them perform.
Now I get it. I do. But my thing with that is, so after the performance is over, do you just silently, quietly leave? Because there's a part in that video where she's like, you want them to know you there and you want them to know you there. How are they going to know you there if you're in the back? And so that means that you plan on making it known that you are there. And if the parents didn't want you there, why would you show up? That's the type of obligation I'm talking about. That is the entitlement I'm talking about. That is insane to me. You cannot just pop up because you're the grandparent. My grandmother did that a lot. Like, mind you, it's my grandmother. I didn't really care most of the time, but like, if we are on no contact terms, why would you pop up at my house? Why would you pop up at my daughter's school? You cannot force a relationship on kids, and you can't use the grandkids as ammunition and ammo as a way to make these kids stay in your life. And I'm saying this as I'm talking to the parents, but I'm talking to us, the parents, the kids. We are the kids of these narcissistic, entitled parents, and I find it insulting that they feel like they are entitled to our space, time, money, energy, efforts, mental health. I don't like it. It's insane to have that type of entitlement and to think you can just pop up at a Christmas concert. It's deranged. That's deranged.
If you have to show up to Thanksgiving as the fake version of you, censoring everything that you have to say, while your adult children simply let it rip, they don't really want to know you. So what are you doing there?
Okay, I feel like that was a very okay, because this was 11/26, so this is like thanks. I don't know. It was that what day is Thanksgiving? It was close around to Thanksgiving, so that means that this was a topic that either came up or it was personal to her. And like I said, I do feel for this woman, because if you have done your all and you were a good parent and you did the best you could do and they still came out hating you, that sucks. That sucks. But I'm not gonna lie. The way she said that is very toxic. You can't just say whatever you want. You can't just disrespect people in their own homes and think it's okay. And I'm saying that on the terms of my grandmother is like that. Like, that's something my grandmother would have said. But at the same time, you walked in and called everybody in here fat as hell. Like, people are sensitive about their weight. You can't just talk about people, especially people you don't even know, and think that it's okay. Like, some people just feel like that having no filter thing is just really cute, and it's not. It's not. It's disrespectful, and you make people not want to be around you. Ergo, no contact. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's insanity to think that that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna go into, this is the video I was talking about that we was gonna come to about the book.
Well, you keyboard warriors are working overtime now, aren't you? This comment here, though, this I respect, because she's right. I haven't shared my story. And I haven't because I had to get through a very painful moment in it before I felt ready to do so. And I did that last weekend. So now I'm ready to share. But as a writer, my most effective means of communication is by writing. So I put my story here.
So if you want to know my story, buy my book. It's basically what we got out of that, which is crazy because you're sitting here giving people actual advice on no contact parents, like parents who have kids that have grown kids who have gone no contact. You're giving them advice, but you won't even tell them what happened. And I think the only problem I have with that is, what if you were wrong? And now you have these parents out here listening to your advice and you were in the wrong. Like, are you telling these parents to pop up at Christmas recitals and don't go to Thanksgiving dinners instead of actually telling them that they should tell their kids sorry, that they should actually try to act like they care about their kids and try to reconcile the situation like an adult instead of getting on TikTok and trying to find a group of people that are going to accept your bullshit behavior? That's what that feels like it comes down to me. Mind you, as I said, I don't know this woman's story. I don't know what she's been through, but I do know that I do know that my mother and my grandmother act like that. Like, the victimizing that you have put on yourself when you have dug your own grave and now you don't want to get in it and be covered up is insane. Because at the end of the day, you did this to yourself. You could have easily just been a decent human being and raised your kids without obligations and entitlements, because she gives me the vibe that she's mad that they didn't want to be who she wanted them to be. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm not saying that that's who she is. I did not come on here to slander her. I came on here to let y'all know that it is okay to not want to have contact with your parents or parental figure of any kind, or even anyone. Anyone. It doesn't even matter. It could be anyone. You don't have to give anybody your space, time, and attention. Like, it's really not, it's really not that serious. And I think that parents like that are doing more damage than they are good in the community, because you can't have a whole league of horrible parents thinking that they don't have to reconcile with their kids. Like, you've traumatized your kids enough, I'm sure. So why would you not think that it would be in the best decency to at least say sorry? I tried to get my mom to say sorry. I tried to say, I tried to do a reconciliation moment with my mother, and long story short, it turned out I got cussed out and told that I was the fucking problem and that I should be the one apologizing, and she ain't got nothing to apologize about. And that's my point, is they will be delusional. They will lay down. They will get delusional. Thank you. You're such a good doggy. They will get delusional, y'all, and I refuse to let the delusion keep on. She actually does have a Facebook group, and I tried to infiltrate the Facebook group to no avail. But from what I've seen from other people, the Facebook group's just as bad as her content. It's a lot of people. Most of it's posted anonymously, and it's a lot of people. A lot of shitty parents. I mean, I honestly don't even know how else to put it, because just because you don't put your hands on your kids doesn't mean you aren't abusing them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to leave on this note. We are grown now. We are the descendants of the bullshit that you decided to put up with. And with that, we have decided that we no longer want to put up with it. We are the black sheeps. But in an ironic turn of events, that means that we are the ones who have paved the way for healthy relationships within our families and our family dynamics. We are the ones who have decided that we can no longer let these generational curses prevail and continue. We are the generational curse breakers. We are breaking the chains for our kids and our kids' kids, because the toxic cycle of abuse, the toxic cycle of narcissism, and the toxic cycle of toxic parents has to stop at some point. We are the generation that decided to do better by our kids. And with that, I'll be letting you go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow my social media platforms, because you know that's where I do a lot of my other content as far as TikTok and stuff goes. I'm actually about to start posting my TikToks on my shorts and stuff for those who like. I didn't realize that a lot of people don't have social media platforms that use YouTube. So that's a neat concept, and I respect the fact that out of all the things that you could have been doing, you have decided to be here watching me. I want to let you know that you are strong, you are brave, you are beautiful or handsome, and you are making the world a better place. Not just by being here and helping yourself heal, but by healing as a whole. Whether it's through my content, through a therapist, through other mental health content creators, you are healing yourself. And for that, I commend you. I am so proud of you. And I just want to let you know to not give up. Don't backtrack if you have decided to go no contact with your parents. Because it is not easy. It's not an easy feat. It took me 25 years to do that. And my sister still has contact with my mother every now and then, but it's usually only when she calls and needs something. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's a hard battle. Like, I'm still battling going no contact with my grandmother, because, you know, we love our parents. Like, we were conditioned to love them. That's what we were told our whole lives. So to grow up and to realize that they don't love you back hurts. It hurts. It's a hard revelation to have to swallow. And I just want to let you know that it's okay. It's okay. You are not alone. There's a community of us, because there's a community of estranged parents. So, you know, their kids have to be somewhere. And I'm just really glad that you guys are taking the necessary steps to protect your peace, mental health, and well-being. I'm not going to get too far into it because I'm getting mushy, but I just want to let
I love you guys. Thanks for the support. We have reached 30 subscribers.